Mega Division, both of them.
Buenas noches, sports fans. I'm Patrick Lujan from GSPN. We are here at the UOG Cavo Fieldhouse live for the 2018 IIAAG Boys Basketball Championship game between the St. Paul Warriors and the St. John's Knights. To do the game with me tonight is to thank our fine sponsors. But when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for both teams, the keys to victory, and the opening tip-off of your championship game. Stay right there.
My name is Erica Pangilinan, and I am a graduate of the a UOG Triton.
During timeouts, quarter breaks, and halftime, they're fine. But otherwise, during the
Welcome back to the UOG Cavo Fieldhouse. We're going to go straight into the starting five for both teams. Let's rebound the ball, guys, and let the other three guys take care of everything else.
Yes, they got a good crew. Tony Shea can make a difference every night, and Takumi Simon, we call him the Steph Curry of Guam. So if he gets hot, could be a
victory for St. John's. Talking to Coach Peters, he just says rebound, and he believes his team is going to win. He says, don't look at the scoreboard, just rebound, and his team will win. What do you think about that?
Well, rebounding is a big part of a game, but I think if St. John's keys to victory, if they can handle St. Paul's pressure, limit St. John's turnover, they got to get back on. But like what Coach Neil Pineda said, just play the way they've been playing the whole year, create pressure, and that pressure, that defense turn into their offense for easy layups, and that's the way they win ball games. It's true, they haven't won in like 23 years. It shows that it's really hard to win basketball game, especially here in high school basketball in Guam,
All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live tip-off here in the 2018 IIAAG Boys Basketball. White goes straight to the cup from the baseline, and just like that, it's 2-0 St. Paul, and they come out as expected, man for man, full court pressure. Against the Friars in the semifinals, the Knights played excellent half-court offense.
Right there, St. John's 5-2.
And see if they can sustain this. Gachalian misses, rebounded by Simon. Shea's going to launch another one. Oh, this time too long, rebounded by White. Timeout, coming off of a timeout from St. John's. St.
John's got to do a better job getting back on defense. Michael
Min for three and the top of the key. Diaz, no good. Isaac Sim inside, and it's suddenly 13-4. My goodness. Just what the Knights needed to get off White from the baseline. Or Aiken, I'm sorry, with the miss. Rebounded by Shea.
Wow, St. Paul is just getting one shot, and what Coach Fred Peters said, they're rebounding the basketball after a shot from St. Paul's. St. John's doing a good job on the boards right now, and they're getting the baskets, easy baskets from outside and inside.
Takumi Simon with the drive. Oh my goodness. And the Knights are looking really, really good right now. 17-4 midway through the first quarter. Gallardo, another miss. One shot, one rebound. That's exactly the remedy that Coach Fred Peters wanted. We'll see if they can sustain this. Turnover out to Diaz. And misses an easy layup. Wide open layup. The former MVP. Swinging the ball around effectively. Tony Shea, too long. Rebounded by Diaz. Oh. Foul on Michael Min. First foul. Inside, Jamar White with the tough basket, 17-6. Knights breaking the press. Simon, 2 for 2 from deep. And it's 20-6 as the Knights continue to roll early on here.
St. John's doing a great job breaking their press, and they're finding the open man. That time, Takumi Simon with a three-pointer from the left corner. St. John's 20, St. Paul's 6.
Perez with the scooper there. Jericho Perez. That's Gavin Moore there checking in for the Knights. Good defense by Gallardo, fighting hard with Simon and off the foot of Perez. St. Paul sticking to their game, full court press. The Knights break it easy. Gavin inside to Sim. Misses a tough shot. Back the other way. White with the spin move. And he'll go to the line for 2.
Wow, what a move by Jamar White, like a spin move, and he got the foul right there. He's shooting 2 right now.
So high pace action here with the Knights making their long baskets, and the Warriors on a 37-game win streak struggling to get their layups going. So still a lot of time. However, a big hill to climb here early on in the game for St. Paul. Taking a breather is Tony Shea. White hits both free throws to cut the lead in half, 20-10. A minute and a half, or less than 2 minutes to go. Almost a turnover there by the Warriors defense. Moore swings it out, almost intercepted. Takumi Simon, his third three-pointer so far. And the Knights fans are going nuts. White for 3. No good. Again, one shot, one rebound. And Fred Peters is feeling very, very good there on the sideline so far.
Wow, Takumi, if Takumi's going to shoot the ball like the way he's shooting right now, it'll be a long night for St. Paul's. He hit another long one from the left corner 3. What is he right now?
4 for 4 for Takumi Simon. And it's a 26-10 lead. He is on fire. Foul on Gavin Moore. A big lead here for the Knights in the first quarter. Monster first quarter so far with 59 seconds to go. Jericho Perez rattles it in. Misses the second with Simon getting a rebound. St. John's now being very patient with their offense with a big lead here. Inside. Number 2. 28-11. Dylan Franquez. And the Warriors come right back with the bucket as we wind down the final 10 seconds of the first quarter. And we got a 30-second timeout by Fred Peters. Takumi already with 14 points out of the 28. 4 for 4 from three-point land. And you know what happens, Ray? We've been around Fred Peters for quite some time. 7 seconds left in the quarter. He's going to call a timeout. You know what's coming after this.
Coach Peters is famous for this last 7-second timeout, and we know who the ball is going to go to Takumi Simon.
If you're a betting man, expect the ball to go to Simon via backstage pass there, and on an alley-oop type, and we'll see what happens here. Good defense though. Min, there's the shot. Simon, just misses, and that's the end of the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play, St. John's running out all over the Warriors, 28-13.
Wow, what a big quarter for St. John's. They shot the ball really well. Maybe they're shooting the field like maybe 60%, and St. Paul's is struggling right now, but we still got a lot of time. 3 quarters left, so anything can happen.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back for the second quarter. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second quarter here, 28-13. Knights have the ball. Being patient once again with a big lead here. Min crosses over to Shea. Good ball movement by the Knights, making the Warriors defense really work here. They stick it into Sim. Nice play by Michael Min and the Knights half-court offense.
Wow, what a ball movement. You know, they're really patient on their offense. They don't force any shots, and they found a big guy right there, Isaac, for easy layup and one.
So they extend the lead to 30-13. Make that 31-13, and it's their largest lead of the game here.
Here we we go. We got St. Paul's with the ball. St. John's playing with 2-3 defense. They're really confident right now. Jason with a floater for 2. Jason Diaz.
Warriors trying to, a big pick by Diaz on a bad pass. And back-to-back shots by Jason Diaz. Min from the top of the key for 3. Barely hits the rim. But Isaac Sim with a big rebound and the putback. Gallardo with the baseline jumper. Much needed basket there by D'Angelo Gallardo. Simon. Just off the mark there. Almost picked off from behind by Liu. And Aiken on the fast break. 33-21. Warriors on an 8-2 run. And a quick foul by Jamar White. Got some substitutions. Audrey De La Cruz checks in for the Warriors. Both teams didn't really want to go deep into their rotation. Maybe 7, no more than 8. But sometimes with a lot of activity going on, it's forcing the teams to go and get fresher legs.
Well, St. John's better be careful right now because St. Paul's is making a big run, starting with their defensive pressure. Their defense creating turnovers and they're scoring layups. So they're making a big run right now.
St. Paul with the half court. A scoop by Perez. And it's a 10-point game. Inside to Isaac Sim, and he's fouled from behind by De La Cruz. Isaac Sim hits 2 free throws. Much needed points for St. John's to kind of stop the bleeding from St. Paul. White goes baseline, short jumper, good defense by Sim, and we're staying right there. The defense of St. John's has improved throughout the season, and it showed evidently in the playoffs and obviously here so far in the first half. And a turnover by St. Paul. Traveling by Tony Shea. Ray, as a coach, what type of lead, especially against a team like St. Paul, would you feel comfortable with going into the halftime?
Against defending champs, no lead is safe, and these guys got to keep playing throughout the game because St. Paul's can just erupt every moment with the kind of defense they're running. They can get steals and easy fast breaks and easy layups. They can get back in the game anytime.
Double-digit lead will make you feel pretty good, though?
Oh, yeah, but like what I said, Any lead is not safe against these guys. You know?
Jason Diaz with the tough putback there. As we hit 4 minutes halfway through the second quarter. Min with the long rebound into Sim. He misses it, gets his own rebound, fights off as Jamar White comes away with it. We'll see if the Warriors can cut this lead into single digits. Diaz, the left-hander, for three, no good. Rebounded by Takumi. Good weak side rebounding there. Sim inside, good layup.
They keep finding the big guy underneath. You know, what a great passing from St. John's. You know, like they're really being patient. They don't have it. They look inside to Isaac Sim, and that time converted. Another turnover from St. Paul's.
Apologies to our viewers. Apparently, high traffic on our website has crashed our website, so we are now still live on YouTube on the Guam Sports Network channel. Nice pass inside to Isaac Sim and gets a tough layup. So they're working inside to their big man, obviously having a height advantage and taking advantage of that. Nice drive by Gatchalian. Still leads by a dozen. Simon for three, no good after being super hot, hitting his first four. He's missed about his last 3 or 4. Diaz running in front of the defense, and Fred wants a timeout. He's seen enough of that. What is he going to tell his players right now? Still up by 10, but the momentum seems to be shifting slightly over to the white side over here. And what would Fred be saying to his team right now?
Well, that time they missed a shot, and they didn't do a good job getting back on defense. They found St. Paul's, they found Jason Diaz streaking down the left side and for easy layup. St. John's got to do a better job on getting back on defense after a missed shot.
Fast-paced action so far here at the UOG Fieldhouse. Still 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the second period. But St. John's came out on fire. Jumped out to a 17-4 lead in the first quarter. Largest lead was 31-13 here in the second quarter, but St. Paul doing what St. Paul always does.
Wow. You know, this first half right here, this is a high-scoring game for a high school basketball game. You know, like St. John's put up 39 points. Obviously, they're shooting the ball well. And St. Paul's only down by 10. They scored 29 in the first half.
Shea tough drive to the baseline, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up, still misses. Rebounded by Gatchalian. Aiken to Diaz, saves it to Perez. Gatchalian, foul from behind by Tony Shea. Inbounds pass, Gallardo miss, tips it back up. Gatchalian with the offensive rebound, back up to set Perez. Over to Diaz. Dribble drive, no good. Another missed free throw or layup. Off they go. Michael Mint's gonna slow things down, wait for his teammates to come through. Back up to Min. League MVP, 1:20 left here in the second quarter. Inside to Sim. Taking their time. Pump fake. Outside to Shea. Coming up to 1 minute. 1 minute and counting here in the second quarter. Knights being very, very patient. Almost threw it away. 40 seconds. Michael Min with the drive. Missed the layup. Here come the Warriors. Perez, a tough shot. Back up. Jericho Perez. 20 seconds and counting. It's all 39-31. Tony Shea misses a tough layup. This is what Fred doesn't want. And we've got a travel.
Wow, that was big opportunity for St. Paul's to cut the lead to 6. Obviously, they got called for traveling. So 11 seconds, St. John's probably go for the final shot.
So last couple of seconds, 5 seconds. Simon for 3. Oh, in and out. That would have been nice for St. John's to have, but we're halfway through the championship game, and we have a bowl game, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Knights 39 and the Warriors 31. We'll take a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the first half and see what's the plans coming up for the second half. Stay right there.
How do you turn every day into cash back? With the Bank of Guam Visa credit card, cash back just got better. Get 1.5% cash back every month with every purchase. Every pick-me-up, every filler-up, every Sunday dinner, every four-wheel spinner. Whatever comes to mind, even every stroll in the sweet sunshine. Everything your heart desires turns into 1.5% cash back every month. The Bank of Guam Visa credit card, the everyday card. Apply today. Call, click, or visit. Terms and conditions apply. Bank of Guam. Member FDIC.
My name is Erica Pangilinan, and I am a graduate of the University of Guam. When I finished high school, I had the opportunity to attend other colleges, but I knew Guam was the only place I wanted to be. Growing up, family meant everything to me. UOG helped me realize that great things can start right here at home. Having the advantage of being near my family and still getting a valuable education was having the best of both worlds. As a wife and mother, my journey to graduation was challenging, but luckily, I had an amazing support team. My husband, parents, professors, and my fellow Tritons were there to help and encourage me at making me feel like I belonged to a family at UOG. It allowed me to gain many experiences and skills while building professional bonds with my peers. Now that I've earned my bachelor's degree, I'm proud to say that I am and will always be a UOG Triton.
Welcome back to UOG Fieldhouse on the championship game, 2018 boys basketball. St. Paul and St. John's, they were just announcing your trophy presentation for third place. Ray, let's talk about real quickly about the JFK Islanders and the and how competitive was it between like the top 4 teams, and building a program like St. Paul or FD or JFK. Tell an average viewer how difficult it is and how much time it takes into building a successful program, because all they see is the kids that come out and execute. But what's some of the behind the scenes efforts that go through as a head coach?
Well, it's tough, to run a program, to build a program or rebuild a program. First of all, it takes hard work from the kids, and it takes commitment from the parents, the faculty, school, the coaches, and the players. It takes commitment for them to be great. That's how you build a program from down to up.
Talk about first half. So far, the Knights just went on a crazy spree at the beginning. Takumi Simon was super hot, hitting his first 4 3-pointers. Looking at the keys to the game and what Fred was saying as rebounding, I think he won that part for the most part until later on in the second quarter.
Well, they rebounded the ball pretty good, not just defensively. They were getting some offensive rebounds too. But in the end, like St. Paul's made a comeback because they started missing shots. St. John started missing shots, and they weren't able to come back on defense. That's how St. Paul's got the easy layups, and now they're only down by 8. So anything can happen in the second half. We have a great game right here in the championship game in the second half.
As far as St. Paul not giving up and continuing their pressure, they're not going to stop that. Whether they're down by 20 or up by 20, they're going to continue that pressure going.
Yes, they're going to continue what they do best, pressure the basketball. I know they haven't been really tested the whole season, but this is a good test for them. You know, see how they can come back from a deficit like this. But I don't know how St. John's can sustain shooting the ball well like that, but we'll see in the second half, you know, what's going to be the outcome. You know.
Definitely it's going to be key as far as if St. John's can actually sustain their gas, so to speak, because they know that St. Paul is not going to take their gas out. Apologize for the glasses. It's part of growing, getting more wise, I would like to say, aging nicely. But real quick, we have some stats here. Michael Min has 5 points. Takumi Simon again started red hot. He's got 14 points. And Isaac Sim from the inside has 13 points. For the St. Paul Warriors, leading the way is Jericho Perez with 9 points. Jamar White has 8 points, as does Jason Diaz with 8 points as well. So other than Isaac Sim, that your regular names that's being called are living up to their expectations. But Michael Min, 5 points, I think that's a little bit low, and we should be expecting a little bit more aggression from him in the second half.
Well, we're going to see a better second half from the MVP, Michael Min, and don't count on St. Paul. They still have the ex-MVP, Jason Diaz, and Jamar White can get hot anytime soon. So we're going to have a good ball game in the second half.
Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. We do apologize for the technical difficulties on the GuamSportsNetwork.com site. When the traffic goes high and it's like when something happens and everyone uses the cell phone and it just gets inundated, it drops off. So we got our guys in the back fixing that. As a matter of fact, our web designer, our web guy is actually Frank the Crank Camacho, the UFC fighter. So he's on top of it. He's actually back there and battling the internet demons. So we're excited for him to come through but we're on YouTube. And so we're still live here, and we're glad that you can join us. So we're going to take another commercial break. When we come back, we still got just a couple of more minutes before the start of what will be definitely a very high impact and exciting second half. So stay right there, and we're glad you're with us.
How do you turn every day into cash back? With the Bank of Guam Visa credit card, cash back just got better. Get 1.5% cash back every month with every purchase. Every pick-me-up, every filler-up, every Sunday dinner, every four-wheel spinner. Whatever comes to mind, even every stroll in the sweet sunshine. Everything your heart desires turns into 1.5% cash back every month. The Bank of Guam Visa credit card, the everyday card. Apply today. Call, click, or visit. Terms and conditions apply. Bank of Guam. Member FDIC.
My name is Erica Pangilinan, and I am a graduate of the University of Guam. When I finished high school, I had the opportunity to attend other colleges, but I knew Guam was the only place I wanted to be. Growing up, family meant everything to me. UOG helped me realize that great things can start right here at home. Having the advantage of being near my family and still getting a valuable education was having the best of both worlds. As a wife and mother, my journey to graduation was challenging, but luckily, I had an amazing support team. My husband, parents, professors, professors, and my fellow Tritons were there to help and encourage me and making me feel like I belong to a family at UOG. It allowed me to gain many experiences and skills while building professional bonds with my peers. Now that I've earned my bachelor's degree, I'm proud to say that I am and will always be a UOG Triton.
Welcome back to the UOG Cavalier Fieldhouse. That halftime report was brought to you by Buddy's Home Furnishings. Check them out at their 2 locations in Mangilao as well as in Harmon. Buddy's Home Furnishings, always there to provide you whatever furniture needs you need on island. So 39-31, halfway through the championship game. And we are back live on GuamSportsNetwork.com. We got all the kinks out. Appreciate our tech support. And Gallardo goes straight to the hall and gets Tony Shea called for the blocking foul. Three fouls by Tony Shea. That could be very, very critical going down the line as Gavin Moore checks in for Tony Shea. Min on White. Inside feed. Open. Gatchalian doesn't get it. Diaz with the loose ball. White with the tough shot. Rebounded by Sim. Here we are, the third quarter just underway, ladies and gentlemen. 7 minutes to go in a very packed UOG Cavalier Fieldhouse. Diaz rips the rebound. Intercepted by Michael Min. Min looks for help. No help. He's going to have to pull it or take it himself. He takes it himself, dumps it to Liu, and it gets blocked from behind by Gallardo.
Wow, what a block from Gallardo from behind. You know, that could have been an easy shot, but he came up with a big block. Good D.
Min with the inbound quick into Simon, and Simon gets the roll for the layup. Knights extend the lead back to 10. Gallardo for three, rattles it home. In and out, and back in again. And it's a 7-point lead, the closest the Warriors have been in quite some time. Knights nicely breaking the full court press. Inside to Sim. Sim with the move. Kicks it back to Simon. Michael Min for three. Bounces off. Offensive rebound, but slips by Isaac Sim. Now the cool Fred Peters in the first quarters, all of a sudden not too cool right now. Knights with a zone defense. 2-3 zone. Baseline goes Gallardo. Tough shot. My goodness. And it's a 5-point game as the full court press continues. Double team. Good break. Simon. Euro steps through and gets the call. He'll go to the line to shoot two. But oh boy, it's suddenly a 5-point game.
Wow, those are two big shots by Gallardo. One in the left corner, three, and then a drive, a tough shot. Now they're only down by 5. We have Simon shooting for 2 right now.
Simon, a high percentage free throw shooter. Hours and hours does he and Michael Min. Coach Fred has told me story after story about he and Michael Min just spend so many hours in the gym that they even have keys to the St. John's gym. That's how dedicated these boys have been over the years. Back to a 7-point lead for St. John's. Swinging it through baseline. Kicking it out to Aiken for 3. Rio Aiken! making his brother Morgan proud. And it's a 4-point game. And a foul on Gatchalian. Checking back in is Jason Diaz for Aiken. And Tony Shea with 3 fouls coming in for Leo. So 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. And Coach Peters taking a risk. What would you do, Coach? I mean, championship game it is, but bringing in your guy, one of your big 3 with 3 fouls.
Well, I guess they needed him right now because St. Paul's making a big run. So Coach Fred Peters is just taking a gamble right now.
Inside Sim. Banker, no good. Pulled down by Aiken. Gatchalian defended by Sim and doesn't get the roll. So Gatchalian will go to the line for 2 and try and bring this lead down to 2 points. My goodness, you can sense the vibes coming from the St. Paul crowd, and really what St. John's has done has really taken out the St. Paul crowd from this game. So a couple of free throws here and a couple of baskets, and all of a sudden you're going to have one of the most boisterous fans on island go crazy.
Now we have a ball game. They're only down by 3. I told you, you can never count out St. Paul's the way they've been playing the whole year, No lead is safe.
Gatchalian misses his second. Remains a 3-point game. Turnover by the Knights. Jamar White with the Euro step and misses. Sticks with it. Misses another shot. Fight for the loose ball. Bodies flying all over the place. And we have a jump ball. For some reason, when it comes to a St. Paul game, it doesn't matter who they challenge. It always has to come up to be a physical game.
Wow, what a hustle. Both teams diving for the loose ball. And Coach Neal got involved and they had to stop the players from getting to each other.
So the call is a jump ball. We'll see if we can interpret that. So it is a jump ball, and it'll be St. John's ball. No other infraction, it seems, has occurred there.
I think Coach Neil Pineda from St. Paul's ran it onto the court, and they called a technical on him. So Takumi Simon shooting 2, plus St. John's ball. That could be costly for St. Paul's.
Yes, indeed. So Coach Pineda, again, one of the rules is you can't leave the bench. And in efforts to try and separate his players in the altercation, got called for a technical foul. So, it looked like they were setting up for a technical foul with Simon at the free throw line. So scratch that. We didn't say that. All right, a little bit more confusion. Again, our referees for tonight, Joe Carbolito and Lance Gogui. Tough job tonight. Tough job when you have a full house and a championship on the line. Never an easy task for a referee to do it. And MSOA chose these 2 young men to take on the championship game. So we will go straight into a quick timeout here. Man, it's a 3-point game midway through third quarter.
We have a new ball game right here, and it's only a third quarter. So anything goes, anything can happen. Between these 2 teams, somebody can get hot. From experience, there's going to be an unsung hero that's going to step up from their bench, and we don't know who it is.
That's the prediction by Coach Ray Serafico at a 3-point game. And I don't know, Coach, the St. Paul crowd has yet to awaken. That's all I'm saying. We have not heard them explode as they normally do and they usually do. So I got my ears just prepped for that. So here we go, 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter, St. John's ball. Gavin Moore feeds it to Sim inside. Min from the top of the key. He hits it. Big shot by the MVP. Real quiet in the first half with only 5 points. Comes up with a big 3 to extend the lead to 6. Gallardo will go to the line for 2. That's St. Paul's game. They'll just rotate the ball and either drive baseline or drive from the wing.
Yeah, that's their game. You know, take it, dribble, drive to the basket. You know, easy layup or a foul. That time, Gallardo got fouled, so he's shooting 2 free throws.
So the senior, trying to go out a champion once again, hits both free throws. 4 minutes to go, exactly 4 minutes and counting. Pressure defense by St. Paul, just totally relentless. Almost passes it away. Lots of swinging hands going around. Michael Min comes away with it. He drives, and he gets called. Gets a foul on him. Foul is on Rio Aiken, or check that, Jason Diaz. And Min will go to the line for 2. 3:38 remaining in the third. If you're stateside or somewhere around the world, thanks so much for joining us. It's prime time here on Guam. And it doesn't get any better than this championship night on a Friday night on our beautiful island of Guam. Min misses both free throws. But offensive rebound by Simon. Simon inside to Sim. Kicks it out. And a kick ball. No foul. No foul called. Kick ball violation by St. Paul. And St. John's will retain the ball. Simon, the quick 3. And it's good. Takumi Simon with his 5th three-pointer of the night. Gives him 18 points, a game-high 18 points so far. Tough shot by D'Angelo Gallardo.
Wow, Gallardo's having a good second half, a big second half. He's actually the one that's keeping them in the game. You know, without him, it wouldn't be even close. But Gallardo's having a big game. You know, wow, this championship game is living up to the hype. You know, like the 2 teams are going at it, really playing hard, playing their hearts out. We're gonna have a good 4th quarter in the end.
It's like 2 championship cockfighters. Sorry, that's an inside joke. Coach Sarafico is a big 6-time winner. And we got timeout, ladies and gentlemen. 2:48 to go. The Knights clinging on to a 5-point lead. Boy, this is going to go down to the wire, and anything can happen. But it's been a great ball game so far. And just as a programming note, the 3rd quarter sports wraps up tomorrow with the rugby championships for both boys and girls. That's going to go on at the GW Field in the afternoon at about 1:40 for the girls. And right after that, the boys championship. And then the softball championship also is going on around the same time at 12:30 or 3 o'clock. 3:30. Oh, check that. They changed it to 3:30. So it's Academy versus JFK. Boy, if you haven't seen a pitcher like Pilar George from JFK, it's a sight to see. Rarely do you see a phenom pitcher like that throw curveballs, sliders, fastballs. Definitely the league MVP for girls softball this year. St. Paul decides to check one extra body in. Hey, who knows, that 4-player rotation might work. And it's a technical foul. So putting 4 players out doesn't only hamper you and handicap you, but it also gives you a technical foul.
Wow, I don't know about that rule. I thought like if you have more than 5 players, it's a technical foul. But playing with less than 4 players inside, I don't know about that rule. You know.
Well, you and I don't make up those rules, so it really doesn't matter. What matters is Takumi Simon will be going to the free throw line to extend this lead here. Quick shout out to all of you who are watching in California. I know a lot of St. John's alumni are out there still awake early in the morning. Appreciate you. And a big shout out to my buddy Rich Chu. Richard Chu should be, I think he's still awake out in California. He's a St. John's alumni, part of the 1995 championship team. And he's making some big waves in the MMA world as a Bellator matchmaker. So my good friend Rich Chu, thanks for tuning in. Coach Ray, what in the world is going on out here?
I guess they're really deciding if it's a technical. It is a technical foul, so we have Takumi Simon shooting 2 shots plus their ball. Like what I said, it could be costly in the end. You know, these simple mistakes from St. Paul's.
Yeah, well, thank you for clarifying that to me, because for a moment there I was totally confused. And Simon again, Mike, he's got 23 points, a game high 23 points right now by Takumi Simon. Nicknamed Curry Simon for his sweet stroke.
Coach Fred Peters predicted that he's going to have a big game tonight, and it shows that Takumi is really having a big game.
Offensive rebound by the Knights. Key to success. Simon for 3, no good this time. Offensive rebound again by Min. Baseline, kicks it out. Simon intercepted by Diaz. Quick hands by Jason Diaz, back the other way. Oh, pickpocketed by Min. Min in the open floor. Michael Min. St. John's fans are going crazy here as the lead is back up to 9 points. And a travel violation. .202 remaining here in the third quarter. Can the Knights snap the Warriors' 37-game win streak? And can they win their first championship in 23 years? Patient half court, 1:40 and rolling. Gavin Moore. Oh my goodness! What a tough bank shot by Gavin Moore. Blocking foul. An unexpected contribution off the bench by Gavin Moore for the Knights. Nicknamed the Bieber.
That's Justin Bieber, right?
Jericho Perez misses the first free throw. And he hits the second. So back to a 10-point lead. .125 and counting. Moore looks inside. Good positioning inside by Sim. And we got a 3-second violation. Good call by that. Sim really had the inside position, and it was too good to be true.
Yeah, they got called for 3 seconds. It could be a turning point right here, because we got 1 minute left. St. Paul's down by 10. You know, they got to cut it down under 10, and we still have a ball game.
Cross-court pass to White. 1 minute and counting. White with a long two-pointer. Jamar White. .45 seconds and counting. Knights being very patient on the half-court offense. Min dribbling things off, probably waiting for the last shot. In Guam High School basketball, there is no shot clock, so you can hold the ball as long as you want. They're gonna wait. Oh, good defense by Perez. 10 seconds. Min kicks it out. 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Gatchalian. White pushing it. And it's no good. And that's the end of the third quarter. We've got one more quarter to go. Can the St. John's Knights hold on? It's 55-47. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, the all or nothing. It's going to be the fourth quarter. Stay right there.
How do you turn every day into cash back? With the Bank of Guam Visa credit card, cash back just got better. Get 1.5% cash back every month with every purchase. Every pick-me-up, every filler-up, every Sunday dinner, every four-wheel spinner. Whatever comes to mind, even every stroll in the sweet sunshine. Everything your heart desires turns into 1.5% cash back every month. The Bank of Guam Visa credit card, the everyday card. Apply today. Call, click, or visit. Terms and conditions apply. Bank of Guam. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. An exciting championship game here on a Friday night. Quickly thanking our fine sponsors, the Guam National Guard, Foodies, the Bank of Guam, Gutierrez Bordalio, Acai Roots, Buddy's Home Furnishings, and ITNE. St. John's Knights, 8 minutes away from winning their first championship since 1995. What were you doing back in 1995, Coach Sharafago?
I think.
All right, I thought so. Me too. I was doing the same thing. We can't remember. Gallardo's short jumper, no good. Pulled down by Sim. Isaac Sim having a big inside game tonight for St. John's. Stripped from behind, Jamar White. White's going to have to do more for his team. Gallardo on the run, and it's good. And there's a St. Paul crowd. For the first time tonight, they're going to need it. Being down this much, they may need that extra oomph coming from the crowd to get through here.
Wow, that's a big turning point. You know, like St. John's supposed to come down and about to score. St. Paul stole the ball and converted a layup plus a free throw.
Gallardo misses the free throw on what could have been a three-point play. Instead, a foul on Jericho Perez. And it's a 1-and-1, so every foul from here on out, the Knights are going to be shooting. And that's the wrong guy to put on the free throw line, Takumi Simon. Looking at the foul issues, only one player in serious foul trouble. That's Tony Shea from St. John's with 4 fouls. Other than that, it's pretty clear as Simon adds on to his point total. .24 points for Simon, make that 25. So a game high 25 for Simon, having a big night so far, including 5 3-pointers. The all-elusive championship from this very talented St. John's squad. Oh, Jamar White with a tough baseline layup. Very quickly, both the games between these two teams this year were really close. St. Paul won both, but it was by 1 point and by 2 points. So that's how close it is between these two teams. Simon with the strip on the fast break. Min slows it down. And the MVP is going to control it on half court. Baseline three from Tony Shea, no good. Offensive rebound by Sim. Huge, huge play by St. John's. That's where you hit the 6-minute mark. Up by 8 points. Isaac Sim coming up big tonight in the paint. Jamar White. Much needed basket for the Warriors. Tony Shea pulls it back. Min steps up for three. No good. Rebounded by Diaz. That would have brought the house down for sure. White for three on the other side. That's no good. Lance Gogui, the son of the legend Joey Gogui, one of the young, up-and-coming, respected referees, getting the call for tonight. Open, William Shaw, right underneath the basket. Back to an 8-point lead. Heading to 5 minutes left in the game. Gatchalian, no good. Rebounded by Sim. Sim's got double digits in rebounds. Close to double digits in rebounds. Isaac Sim, 15 points, 8 rebounds so far. Min drives, kicks it out to Shea. The cutting Simon. And he gets hacked, and Simon's going to go to the line for two. My goodness, I think the red side of the gym is starting to feel this.
Wow, St. John's really doing a good job moving the ball patiently, and they found a cutting Simon, and he got fouled, and he's one of their best free throw shooter. You cannot foul St. John's because as a team, they're shooting about 80% from the line. You know, like what you said earlier, Coach Fred Peters. They shoot the ball like 500 times a night, 1,000 times a night. That's their hard work every night.
Yes, indeed. And the St. John's crowd, I think, I don't know, did they recruit fans for this game? Because I don't even think they have that many students in school.
Yeah, I think so, but most of them on St. John's side, they're all wearing reds. That's their color. You know, they came out to support tonight. Both teams, you know, St. Paul's and St. John's. What a crowd tonight for this championship game. You know? They could have possibly recruited from another school. I don't know. I'm just saying. You usually go to a St. John's game and there's more crowd from the other team, but of course winning brings out the crowd. So congratulations to St. John's. The other day, Ray, a picture of the same group of St. John's kids when they were freshmen was circulating in the WhatsApp chats. And Takumi Simon was lucky if he was 5'2" as a freshman, and look at now, he's over 6 feet. He just really spurted. Yeah, he grew. He's about 6'3" now and can dunk the basketball and still shooting the ball pretty well. You know, he got really better as a group. Like we said, they've been playing since freshman year. It's their time.
Perfect from the line is Takumi Simon, 27 points, and it's a 10-point game heading midway through the fourth quarter. Gallardo, baseline jumper, no good. Rebounded by Tony Shea. Knights contesting every shot and rebounding well. Tough defense, but good controlling offense. And they call an offensive foul on Simon. Right in front of the St. John's bench. Got to have thick skin as a referee to make a tough call like that. Aiken for three. No good. Rebounded again by Sim. Rebound number 9. Reaching his double-double. And we got a hold. And Michael Min will be going to the free throw line. Double bonus. So every foul right now will be 2 shots for the Knights.
Wow, another good free throw shooter right here. Michael Min, you know, against us, he shot 18 times from the line and he never missed. But that's a miss right there. I think I jinxed him.
Thank you, Coach Sarafico. Happens every single time. Second one is made, so it's back to an 11-point lead for the Knights. 3:40 and counting. Michael Min with the strip. Drives in, no good. Tony Shea, offensive rebound. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you, I don't know how many offensive rebounds the Knights have had, but it has definitely kept them alive.
Well, it's a big factor tonight. Like what Coach Fred said in the beginning, they got to rebound the basketball, and they're doing it tonight defensively and offensively. They're attacking the boards, especially the big man, Isaac Sim. He's having a good night tonight with 9 or 10 rebounds, 16 points.
So according to our statistician, J. Leon Guerrero, the Knights lead the rebounding category 28-20. And it's reflective as 3:30 left in the ball game, and it's now a 13-point lead. The Warriors going to need buckets, and they're going to need it quick. Gallardo drives, no good. Rebound by Diaz inside to Gatchalian, and it's good. We creep up. Oh, and a turnover. Costly turnover there. Not too common by the tandem of Min and Simon. As we hit 3 minutes. 3-point shot by White, no good. Off and running is Simon. Sim rattles out, rebounded by Aiken. White scoops, no good, and there's your double-double by Sim, his 10th rebound of the night. As we hit, and Coach Fred calls a full timeout. All right, Coach. Just a couple of years ago, you're in the same position here. Back-to-back championships with the JFK Islanders. With a lead like this in 2 minutes, I mean, what kind of butterflies is going through you as a head coach right now that Fred Peters is sitting with this team?
Well, with him, you know, like what he said, he haven't won. St. John's hasn't won in like 23 years. With a big lead like this, 11 points with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, I would think that he'll let his teams know they just gotta take their time. Every foul is a free throw. They're a good free throw shooting team, so they just gotta take care of the ball, pass it around until they get an open shot or they get fouled.
Well, you just put the ball in the MVP's hands, let him control it, pass it around a bit, and we may just see a red and white celebration tonight. St. John's Knights, and they have only 1 junior and 1 sophomore, the rest are seniors, so this is do or die for them. After this year, it's going to be a lot of concrete and masonry needed for the rebuild. But it culminates here tonight on championship night for the Warriors, Coach. Down by 11, 2:20. What is Coach Pineda telling his team?
Well, they cannot hold back. They got to do what they do best. They got to pressure the basketball. I believe they're playing man-to-man now because they don't have no choice because St. John's got a big lead, but They still got to go for it. They cannot give up. You know, anything can happen with 2 minutes left with a good team like St. Paul's.
Coming off of the timeout. Warriors still trapping. Get it out to the wide open Sim. Misses the layup. Rebounded by Gatchalian. Oh, and a costly turnover by Gallardo. That one really, really hurts. As Min slowly walks up to half court. Intercepted by Diaz. Diaz with a handful of steals tonight. But it could be all for naught, as it looks like the 37-game win streak is going to come to an end, ladies and gentlemen, here on championship night. White, 3 from baseline, and keeps a sliver of hope alive, as it's an 8-point game. Close to a minute 30 left in the ball game. Simon, and he'll be going back for 2 more points.
Wow, that's a big one. You know, like Takumi Simon got fouled. He's one of the best free throw shooter for St. John's, and it should be automatic too.
Simon still perfect from the free throw line. $29 points. A game high 29 points for Simon. My take is he's going to be the game MVP. Rebounded by Simon. White still fighting hard for the Warriors. Euro steps in, but misses, but gets the loose ball. Oh boy, Jamar White. My goodness. Impressive young man he is as a junior. He'll be back next year, ladies and gentlemen. But we are under a minute to go. Simon, tough shot, rebounded by Diaz. Here comes Jamar White. Feeds off to Gallardo. It's good. It's a 6-point game with 40 seconds. Timeout, St. John. So, man, St. Paul is not giving up.
Good timeout by St. John's. So, St. Paul's, that's their game. They cannot give up. You know, like it's still a 6-point lead with 30-some seconds. The last time they played, I think they were up. St. John's was up by 5 and still ended up losing the game. So St. John's got to be really careful taking care of the ball right now.
Boy, oh boy, we were just about to put the nail in the coffin, and then Jamar White comes up big with some big buckets. Still a ray of hope here with 34.1 seconds left in the ball game. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the annual GSPN Wendy's All-Star Game for these boys basketball will be on May 28th, the traditional Memorial Day Monday. Stay tuned for that. We'll have another All-Star draft, and most of these players will probably be intertwined in the All-Star game. May 28th, the Wendy's GSPN All-Star Game. Sim to Shaw. St. John's is just going to make it run out the clock, force them to foul. And oh boy, did they call an offensive foul on Tony Shea? They did. That's his 5th foul. So got him on a hook, and Tony Shea has fouled out. So just as they were just running out the clock, he gets called for an offensive foul, and it's his 5th foul. 17.5 seconds left. A quick three and things will be really, really interesting here.
Yeah, wow, that's a big turnover. All St. John's got to do is take care of the basketball, you know, give it to the best free throw shooters and get fouled. But that time, Tony Shea got called for a hook, so it's offensive foul, and now he fouled out with 5 fouls.
The Knights fans are on their feet. They can feel this championship coming on. And the Knights were still in the huddle. And the Warriors went on a quick bucket. So back-to-back errors by the Knights. They were still in the huddle. And they inbounded the pass. And it's a 4-point game. But the Warriors are forced to foul. So 7.9 seconds. And Min is at the free throw line shooting 2. Boy, oh boy.
Wow, this is a 2-possession game. One free throw here is big with 7.9 seconds. That's a big free throw by Michael Min, the MVP of the league. I don't think St. Paul's got enough time to catch up on this time right now.
And he misses the second one. This should be it. This should be it. Jamar White misses the 3. Diaz puts it in, and that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. That's the ball game. The 2018 boys basketball champions. For the first time in 23 years, the St. John's Knights are your high school boys basketball champions. And the Warriors snap their 37-game win streak.
Wow, what a game, you know. Both teams came out really tough and played hard tonight, but St. John's just came out with more energy tonight, and they hit some shots, so well deserved, you know. Congratulations to St. John Knights. It's been a long time coming, 23 years. They deserve it.
We'll get live interviews with Coach Peters momentarily here, and hopefully Takumi Simon. But yes, back in 1995, was there Facebook back in 1995?
I don't think so, you know.
There wasn't a lot of things back in 1995. We'll get Coach Peters momentarily here. We'll take a quick timeout. A commercial break. When we come back, we'll get Coach Peters and Takumi Simon live. Congratulations once again to the St. John's Knights, your new champions.
How do you turn every day into cash back? With the Bank of Guam Visa credit card, cash back just got better. Get 1.5% cash back every month with every purchase. Every pick-me-up, every filler-up, every Sunday dinner, every four-wheel spinner. Whatever comes to mind, even every stroll in the sweet sunshine. Everything your heart desires turns into 1.5% cash back every month. The Bank of Guam Visa credit card, the everyday card. Apply today. Call, click, or visit. Terms and conditions apply. Bank of Guam. Member FDIC.
My name is Erica Pangilinan, and I am a graduate of the University of Guam. When I finished high school, I had the opportunity to attend other colleges, but I knew Guam was the only place I wanted to be. Growing up, family meant everything to me. UOG helped me realize that great things can start right here at home. Having the advantage of being near my family and still getting a valuable education was having the best of both worlds. As a wife and mother, my journey to graduation was challenging, but luckily, I had an amazing support team. My husband, parents, professors, coaches and my fellow Tritons were there to help and encourage me and making me feel like I belong to a family at UOG. It allowed me to gain many experiences and skills while building professional bonds with my peers. Now that I've earned my bachelor's degree, I'm proud to say that I am and will always be a UOG Triton.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are still live here from the UOG Fieldhouse. I've got probably the happiest guy on earth right now, Coach Fred Peters from St. John's. Right now, this instant, you are the happiest guy on earth.
I am. Right now, I'm the happiest man on earth. How much work? 23 years, actually, for one game. I mean, that's the last time we won it. I mean, you know me, how hard we go. It's for this moment right here, and it's worth it. If it's another 23 years, I'll do it.
You can't get any fresher than that. The excitement and everything. Coach, yeah. So you talked about rebounding. You said don't look at the clock. You said as long as you win rebounding. You guys want rebounding tonight.
Well, there you go. I mean, it is how important it is. The first time we played these guys early in the year, we got out-rebounded by 15, lost by 6. Second time we got out-rebounded by 3, lost by 1. Tonight, I guess we out-rebounded them, we won by 3. It is that important. And we worked on getting on the floor for loose balls, and you saw it out. There's a couple scrambles for loose balls. 3 weeks ago, St. John's kid would have not got on the floor, but we did that every day in practice. I had to get on the floor to show them.
How big was it that semifinal game against FD, winning a tough game like that, coming into that, the confidence must have been high?
Everything. It takes you, when you get in a tight game, we really had to make a play somewhere in there. Tuesday night, we had a 2-point game. I think St. Paul used they're as good a team as I've ever seen since I've been here. They usually win by 20. Tonight, I saw a little bit of crack in there at times. I mean, that technical foul where they only put 4 on the floor, it come down to some mental errors. And tonight, I thought we were the mentally tougher team.
Coach, you came out really, really strong. 17-4 lead in the first quarter. How important was that?
Well, that gave us our confidence. We know we can play with these guys. Takumi was on fire that first quarter. We're not 20 points or 18 points better than them, but tonight we were 3 points better.
Man, you must feel so good. These kids, the same guys you started from freshman year, all combinations.
Kindergarten to St. John. I've been at St. John's 22 years. I seen them when they were 3 and 4 years old. That's how long I've known them.
Huge congratulations, Coach. Go and join with your team. Congratulations, my friend. Right on. I'm so happy for Fred, man. I mean, we've been talking. We're gonna get Takumi over real quick. But golly, I'm personally happy for these guys. And as they are celebrating the trophy out there, we'll just let you guys sink this in just a little bit. A happy moment. You won't believe the amount of work and the hours in the gym that this core of players have put in. Michael Min, Takumi Simon, Tony Shea has gotten all the notoriety, but boy, Isaac Sim came up big. This is your post-game interview sponsored by Gutierrez and Berdalio. We will get Takumi Simon here momentarily to talk to the game MVP. Normally not much of a talker, but we'll try and squeeze some things out of him. I saw Nate DeKnight here earlier tonight, but the last championship game from them, "23 years ago, these kids weren't even born yet." The 2018 champions. And we have MVP of the game, Takumi Simon, coming up to join us right now. Takumi. Have a seat, young man. Thank you. Congratulations. Coach Fred was probably the happiest person on earth Are you like the second happiest person?
Oh yeah, this feels great. This is all I've ever imagined it to be. I mean, being on top, it's just a great feeling.
You're always a player of a few words. I mean, were you verbally active leading to this game with your teammates, or you just wanted to lead by example?
I mean, usually I'm a person that likes to lead by example, because like you said, I'm a man of few words. But today I had to try to lead both ways. So I tried to be as vocal as I could out there, and hopefully that helped us, and we came out on top.
How much pressure did you guys have coming into this game, knowing that you had that core? This is your last chance. You know, a very opportunistic